Hello, Conclave X. This is just a stream test, really. I came home today from work and had the house to myself, so I know we had some technical difficulties last live stream. Figured I would just do a stream test. Did a local recording. Everything sounded good. Just doing a final check of the balance of the game sound and my sound now. Hopefully it won't be quite so annoying going into the future here with a little bit of extra preparation here. So, yeah, I don't play this game for a living, although it may seem like it sometime. I actually do have a job and I have to work. Really, the YouTube thing is on top of that, and really I kind of crashed into it. And just because there was some need out there from those of from some of you that were looking for advice, and for others where I figured it would be helpful if you had some advice unsolicited. So that's kind of why I set this up. But anyways, trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing here. I can't, going on the YouTube website, I can't find my live stream link. So yeah, I'm just figure I'll just do some whatever in game here for a while. If folks stop by, that's great. If not, hey, no problem with that either. But I'm really hoping I can figure this out. I know I did this before. I know I did this before on when I was monitoring things. So where is the streaming notification? I am not getting a streaming notification. What's that? Oh, definitely don't want to do that. That's the wrong thing to do. So we gotta go to my channel. While we're doing it, so this month I've gone through all the monthly quests and everything, and really I've kind of burned through all the content. So I mean, went through some Act 5 for a while, burned through all my potions on this account, had a really rough path where I burnt through way more items than I probably should have. But now I'm back to just doing what content I can to keep that quest energy down. So just basically doing the daily catalyst stuff. You know, I don't have any other static content to complete. Other than Realm, or not Realm of Legends, but rather the Labyrinth of Legends, which I kind of figure I need some potions for that as well. Saving all my potions to complete Act 5. That's my goal here. Got most of the way through the final chapter of Act 5. Nailed the first 3 down pretty easily, and then the 4th one, all I have left is the evade path, but it's also a stun immunity path. So I don't have an answer to evade champs, so I'm just going to get wrecked to no end on that. So I figured, okay, well, I'll go back to 5.2 and do some of those paths, because 5.2, in theory, it should be easier. Well, I did one, and turned out it's, what is it, 5.2.4, which has a global effect of masochism. So if whenever you apply a debuff, then you end up with... or they heal 5% of their health, and they eat the debuff, so parrying is kind of inconvenient there. These things have large health pools, so healing 5%, that's a little irritating. And then I got on a specific path in there where there's also a buffet node, which buffet is kind of the reverse of that. So whenever you gain a buff, that buff gets eaten, and it also heals them. So where I got wrecked pretty badly was there is also a magic on a 20% ability accuracy trigger node. So every single bar of health she got, she triggered that. She triggered limbo. And with a 20k magic, man, I was just getting wrecked to no end by that limbo. And whenever I tried to dodge back, then I ended up healing her. Whenever I parried to stun her, she was getting healed. So really wasn't getting anywhere, and was really frustrating. Then there was a couple of other defenders on that path, which are really annoying for buffet node, because or not buffet, well, yeah, buffet, as well as as well as masochism, because the way you overcome masochism is you fight as if they're stun immune. Well, they put every freaking champ on there that you can't counter after their L1. So I would avoid the L1, they would heal, and I go into counter, and then I get comboed if I forgot that I can't rush in after, for example, a Magneto L1 or a Cable L1. Cable I'm pretty good about because it pushes you so far back, so doggone far, that you realize that there's no way in heck I'm gonna be able to rush in and make contact before it recovers. So yeah, I kind of had a bad time with Act 5. It was going so well, and it all went down on that one single path. Just blew through truckloads of items. So now I'm back to saving all my free crystals for probably 4 months to overpower all these, because I still have one more path that intersects with that path, and I'll have to fight that stupid magic again. In addition, as I mentioned, the immune to debuff evade path in 5.455 or yeah, 5.455. So yeah, up until that point I was just saying, wow, the 5.4 is real easy. Actually, 5.4 is significantly easier in my opinion, especially to just get a single path, than 5.3. 5.3, you end up with the nodes where it's not role reversal, but it's basically any champ. So there'll be a class theme of each map. For example, one of the maps within that chapter might be mutant, for example. So basically, any champ other than a mutant class champ will only do 50% of the normal damage. So basically, your attack rating is reduced in half. So when you have a very limited pool of high level or highly ranked up champs, it's pretty limiting. And you know, there are a few 4 stars that you can use, but see, these paths tend to be longer, so the health pool on 4-star champs really isn't big enough. You end up burning through a lot of health potions. So actually I waited, and then once I got the 5-star Captain America Infinity War ranked up to 5, then I got the Dr. Voodoo. I was kind of forgetting about Act 5, and then finally I got the OG Vision up to rank 4. I was like, hey, I'll give that a try again. Just rolled through it pretty quick. Did the single path clear all the way through Act 5, and then now I'm going back to do the full clear. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I could do most of it without using boosts, as you see. You know, I used very few health potions and revives to get this far. You know, and of course, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the rewards for full completion there. I mean, that's what I'm really eyeballing there. That's enough tier 5 basics to rank 5 one more 5-star. Then of course there's the generic 5-star awakening gem. You know, I got an unawakened Domino. No way in heck would I use a generic awakening gem on Domino, as much as I love Domino. If I got a mutant 5-star awakening gem, yeah, sure, I would definitely blow it. Some would say, it's probably a bad decision. You know, you save it for Archangel or something. But man, I really love Domino. That generic, what would I save it for? Medusa. I love Medusa. Man, I've already made the decision. My rank 4 5-star cosmic champ is going to be a Medusa, and then 5-star. Sorry, Corvus. Sorry, Hyperion. I mean, I just dig Medusa that much. She's just so. I do very well with Medusa. She just wrecks robots. I love using her against Sentinels. I normally dislike Sentinels because you constantly have to do the parry, light, medium, light, dash back, dash forward to tap them, and do the same thing over and over and over again. And it's just, after last month's special event where the Danger Rooms, when they would do the they would do the mutant day where you can only use mutant champs, and the end boss was a sentinel, and doing the epic level on that, and you know, having to fight the sentinel when he's fully powered up and doing no damage to him. 400 hits, I think, is what it would take to bring him down. It just got really old really quick. The good thing about that is I got really good at avoiding sentinel specials. So I mean, now we go into Alliance Quest, and sentinels, basically I totally ignore them if they have effects on them. Power gain, who cares? They don't have a special 3. I can easily evade their special 2, and special 1's trivial. So yeah, I guess that's the one good thing that came out of that really annoying event. Mastered the sentinels. But for chapter 4, yeah, I mean, definitely 10,000 5-star shards plus a fully formed 5-star crystal. That's pretty tasty. But 10 generic signature stones, which I would immediately dump into my Dr. Voodoo. 2 tier 4 basic, or tier 4 class catalyst crystals, rather. Yeah, no big deal. I pretty much max on every one but science. So unlike most of the community, I'll actually be hoping that I get 2 science out of there, because I burned off all my science tier 4 cats, ranking up my Infinity War Captain America. I think I'm down to like 2 or 3 now. Gotta bring that up to around 10 or so. Hoping for a void, and I'll show you why in a second. Then of course this one here, 5-star awakening gem, and I'm hoping that, yeah, if it's a basically I'm hoping for any one but a science. I've already got a science awakening gem, 5-star awakening gem, so if my luck is I'll probably get another science one. So I've already earmarked the one I've got. When I pull a void, immediately going to awaken void. I can't think of any science champs that I really care about. I mean, I like OG Hulk, but really Green Hulk needs to have a really high signature level. And yeah, I guess if I got on a string of Green Hulk pulls on my 5-star and ended up with a signature level of 80 plus on him, then I'd consider awakening him if I got a second science awakening gem. But really, I'm hoping I get a cosmic one in preparation for the Medusa. You know, all the other champs, I got one of each that are already awakened. Here, of course, I've got on the science, of course, I got my Captain America Infinity War, and on the tech side, I've got the OG Vision. He's at max signature level, actually, and I'll show you something really annoying with him in a minute. And then finally, we've got what else? I've got Domino. She's not awakened, but yeah, I'm forgetful. Oh, Dr. Voodoo. How could I forget? I really enjoy Dr. Voodoo. So really, let's take a look at my champs. So we'll do them by, do we want to do it by rank, or no, we want to do it by hero rating. There we go. So really, I've got a green one in Captain America, a purple one in Dr. Voodoo, blue one, dark blue in Vision, and need to awaken my Domino. So as I said, a mutant would be awesome. Of course, would love to get a Medusa, and then the other one, so really I'm looking for my next 2 rank 4s. I'm looking for a skill and a cosmic. So hoping I pull a Medusa. Really love to get one, and I'm patient. Will definitely hold out for that. And for skill, I mean, I'd really love to get Massacre. I like Massacre more for the synergy with Domino, because with that extended stun, really it's real awesome for limber nodes, because it negates limber essentially. So you got a limber node, you can just ignore it because you can still parry and stun them. Of course, it doesn't help me on boss fights because it's stun immune. Bosses in I'm talking Alliance War, of course, because they're stun immune, so that doesn't help you there. But yeah, I like the Massacre synergy, and I like Massacre in general because you know, some of you may have heard I really despise passive or defensive AI in this game. It really irritates me because I always seem to decide to attack at the same time they do when I'm waiting for them. So Massacre solves that. It's like, okay, well, you don't want to attack me. I'm going to beat on your block and build up bat fire charges or ignite charges on the bat, and then hey, I get 10 of them, and you're pretty much toast. You just incinerate them, and then you can either L1 them to refresh them. But what I like to do is kind of build them up, especially when I'm close. Build up to 2 bars of power, dash back twice, and then unleash the L2 and hope they block, because if they're incinerated and they block that L2, they're pretty much done, because you get such a huge damage bonus if you launch the Massacre L2 into a block. So yeah, I mean, I have another skill candidate here. Yeah, where'd it go? I'm totally missing it. All right, oh yeah, there it is. So I did pull a 5-star Gwenpool on Awaken, but Gwenpool's really cool. Although for this Alliance War season, they really nerfed Gwenpool bad, because that global effect crap where they bleed immune across the whole map. Of course, if it's bleed immune, Gwenpool's not that great, especially if on Awaken. At least if she's Awakened, she has some ability accuracy reduction with her signature ability. If I recall, I don't know how effective it is, because I don't think it says actually. We'll explore this together. And actually, I didn't know this until I heard someone mention this on another podcast, or stream rather. Okay, reads comics. Okay, so that she also reduces her opponent's defensive ability accuracy based on her current combo. I would guess it's probably like 1% for each hit is what I would assume. I don't know. I've never investigated what it would be. So I said I'd show you something annoying with vision. So since we're here and we're just kind of oh, excuse me, terrible. Since we're here and just slamming around, really doing nothing, I don't want to sell him. So I have a 4-star max signature level vision and a 5-star max signature level vision. So this is my tale of 2 visions. So we see here the 4-star max signature level. His synthesis effect, you get 50.02%, 50 and 2/100% of power. And the synthesis triggers about a second after the battle starts. Is the first time it triggers. That fact becomes important momentarily. We'll get to that. So remember, it was 50.02. Max signature level 5-star vision. Look at that, 50.01. It's worse, arguably worse than a max signature. Well, it is worse. It's even though it's 1/100th, it is clearly worse than the signature level of the 4-star. And you say, okay, well, no biggie. I mean, you've got high signature level. It's 1/100th of a bar of power. Yeah, how bad could that be? So let's who should we pick on? We'll do a little experiment here. We don't want to do anyone excessively annoying, so let's pick on Vinny. So really what we care about here is the opening and basically the first 5-hit combo. So what I am going to try to show you is parrying right off of the bat and doing a 5-hit combo and see where the power is at. So watch that closely. So hopefully they cooperate and they try to hit me right off the bat. And they didn't. 2 bars of power. I always confuse him with Void and think he has 3 hits, but he doesn't. So let me just finish this. Shouldn't take too long. We're just being casual here. Don't think anyone's logged on, or I don't think anyone's actually watching it, or watching it all. Like rather, I didn't advertise this. I just did the stream now on the broadcaster, but that's okay. So I'm talking to no one. We were having a discussion earlier today at work, and we were talking about we have certain folks, highly capable folks, and the quote was, "They're everywhere, thus they are nowhere." So kind of what I feel like we're doing here. So so with the 4-star vision. With the 4-star vision, a parry plus a 5-hit combo is 2 bars of power. So that's pretty awesome, especially if you're on a node where they start with 1 bar of power, for example, and you want to do a full drain. Because if you do, for example, in the Alliance War, the node, the mini boss node, they always put the Yellow Jacket or the Spider-Man on because it has that unblockable one. And if you don't clear the Link node, it can they can start with 1 bar of power. So yeah, the difference between the L1 and L2 makes a difference there. Oh wow, I'm just under 2 bars of power. So that's, even though it's 1/100th of a bar of power, it's very noticeable. If you have a max signature level 4-star vision. But as you see, the 5-star vision hits significantly harder than the 4-star vision. He still hits like he's got pillow hands. So vision is my go-to choice for the rage tile effects, where if you do more than 2.5% damage to the defender, they get a fury buff, and if they get 5 furies, then they become unblockable. So yeah, vision is my choice there, because usually I can go through the whole thing and he doesn't trigger it because he hits like such a wimp. But yeah, there's my little diatribe on vision. So I am going to, I can't believe I can't find, I think I know. So let me go this way. I think I came in the wrong way. So I see a lot. Yeah, I was looking at the page as me. Okay, I get something that says live. Oh, and it didn't change the name of this, so it says Crystal Opening Teaser. What the heck? So yeah, that's kind of can't speak. It's kind of irritating. So I was seeing this. It's just when I went on my broadcaster, I changed the title. I must have changed the description, but not the title. So hey, welcome to my, while we're at it, welcome to my crystal opening teaser. As I mentioned in Alliance chat, as well as on Discord, I will be having a mass crystal opening later this month. So I haven't had one in a while. A couple reasons is I've been doing my Adore account. That account was still in the beginner and intermediate arena bracket, so I was busy scoring Symbiote Supreme out of the 4-star featured arena. Venom the Duck, well, I mean, Venom the Duck, I got him once. However, when they had the buy 5 Venom the Duck, what was it, the 2 to 4-star crystals, you get 5 of them for 10, 20 bucks or whatever it was, 10 bucks. I pulled 2 4-star Venom the Ducks out of that. So I mean, the week or two before the Venom the Duck arena, I already had an Awakened Venom the Duck. So yeah, that's so yeah. Where was I going? Oh yeah, I was saying I haven't done a mass crystal opening in a while because I've been really focusing on the Adore account, and frankly I'm pretty burned out of arenas. So I've been starting to get back into them with Kaz, but man, I just can't grind the arenas like I used to. So I'm playing arenas less and less. With 3 accounts, it's actually much more tiring because I'm trying to keep the quest energy burned off between all 3 accounts, and that 3rd account really tires me out. So yeah, it's impacting my arena play time, but oh well. I'm still getting, as we see, I'm still getting lots of crystals. So since this is called the crystal opening teaser, let's tease you with the booby prize here, which I got the best thing out of it that you could, is not the glory, the loyalty. But yeah, as far as what we would open for the mass crystal opening later this month, I have a fully formed 3-star, half a dozen premium disappointment crystals, handful of 2-star crystals, And that Infinity War crystal, I got that mainly because that came with, what did that come with? It came with some of the mastery stones there. So I don't have Suicides Awakened or unlocked on this account. So if I ever decide to do Suicides, at least I have some mastery cores to do that. And mastery cores are kind of pricey, and you got, what was it, like a carbonium or two of them, plus a couple of stony ones, for $5. Man, that's a good deal. At least in my opinion, it was a good deal. As you see, I've kind of been burning through all my crystals as I've been going, because gold has been a real major limiting factor on my progression here. Within the past month or month and a half, I've taken my Captain America Infinity War from rank 4 to rank 5, taken Dr. Voodoo from rank, I think he was rank 2 all the way up to rank 4, and the Vision all the way up to rank 4 from rank 1. And really it wasn't the materials, the catalyst, it was gold. I mean, I was scrambling for gold. You can see in one of the earlier streams when I think when I got the Dr. Voodoo actually awakened, I ranked him up during that, and yeah, I ran out of gold doing that. Also, I got a 5-star Domino, which is now rank 4, so I've been burning through gold like it's been going out of style. And then we see I have quite a few 5-star hero crystals. So right now I have one fully formed 5-star hero crystal and 20,000 5-star hero crystal shards. So we're going to do at least 3 5-stars in the mass crystal opening later on this month. I expect to have at least, expect to have at least 200,000 premium hero crystal shards. So we'll be doing at least 100 of these disappointment crystals, which I can't say I've been too disappointed in the past couple of openings. 2 times ago I got, out of a couple 100,000, I think I had 235,000 shards. I got like 10 4-stars, and then the last one I did, I got 14. It was just the last mass crystal opening that I did, not the 6-star one, but the one before that, was I mean, it almost felt, it seemed like I had more 4-star champ opens per 10 than not. So it got to the point where I was actually surprised by the end of it. I was actually surprised when I didn't pop a 4-star out of a bundle of 10. So hopefully we continue with that luck. And that was pretty good crystal opening because I got the Gwenpool, 5-star Gwenpool during that as well. Also got a 5-star Gambit, which was sucky, but made up for that because I got a 5-star Domino from the Symbiote difficulty monthly quest. I did that monthly quest on all 3 of my accounts, and all 3 of my accounts got a Domino. Awakened my 5-star Domino on the Avelk account, which really pumped about that. I can't wait till I have enough materials to rank for that champ there. Right now I'm short on tier 4 class catalysts of the mutant type, so Domino's not even rank 3 on that account yet. Yeah, I'll probably have close to 20,000 4-star hero crystal shards. May or may not make it to the next to a second Grandmaster crystal, depending on how many, well, depending if it's about 2 weeks out or not. And 6-star hero crystals in the monthly quest. If you do a full clear of the uncollected, or they called it epic this month, hopefully they'll continue that with epic, so it's not only limited to uncollected people. You get 2,500 6-star hero crystal shards. So if I got 3 5-star dupes, plus I completed the full clear of the uncollected difficulty of next month, I guess it's this month now, the November monthly event quest, I will have my second 6-star hero crystal. Another way to get there is if I fully clear Act 5, that also awards 2,500, so that's another way. I don't think, I have a feeling I'm not going to pull 3 dupes of 5-stars. I have quite a few 5-star champs, but I don't have that many. What are there, like over 150 champs now, and I have about 30 unique 5-star champs. So, and I think only four of those are awakened too. So I don't expect to pull 3 dupes. If I do, let it be well. Ideally, I'd love to pull a domino dupe and 2 Medusae, mad deuces, a deuce of yeah, whatever. But you get the message. So yeah, and then of course we have that login crystal. I always forget about those. And yeah, one of these days I'll have to open my my solo crystals, but I maxed out on all the little buffs that they give. So if they, yeah, really, if I get anything, it'll go into stash. Since I'm already max level, obviously any experience gain buffs that I get will just rot. So I just save them. I don't really, particularly out of the lesser solo crystals, I don't need anything out of them. Out of the greater ones, you can get the tier 1 alphas. So if I get desperate enough, I might pop these open en masse to get that. I guess maybe when I hit like 1,000 or something between the 2 of them, I'll open them all and then use them on an item use alliance event thing and try to max that out. But yeah, I don't really have a use for these solo crystals. I wish I could send them to my Adore account where they could be used. Okay, so yeah, as I mentioned, I'm just got home to an empty house and figured I'd do a stream test. So I think I resolved the echo problem with my new mic, and I think I resolved the sound balance problem that I had, because I know sometimes the game was just deafeningly loud. So you'd hear me talk, and then I have the music on the game turned down, but the effects are turned up, so you'd spin a crystal and it go bam, like when it opens, and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm deaf. Got to turn the volume down. So hopefully I got the balance all squared away. But yeah, just kind of slamming around, doing whatever here. And see, we have at least one person join. I don't know if the 2 counts me as well here. I see 2 in the live chat, but I think one of them includes me. So I think I have at least 1 viewer. But if you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask. We can go and look at whatever. Have any questions on progressions or whatnot. But otherwise, I'll just continue on babbling on about everything and nothing, as they say, and burning off quest energy, doing some arenas and whatnot. At least until the dogs start going nuts and start begging me to feed them. So, which their feeding time is in about 15 minutes, but one of them's outside, so shouldn't hear from him. The other one, I think, is sleeping, probably where he shouldn't be, on the couch, but I can't see him from here, so if I can't see it, no foul, right? So yeah, another thing I did is they had the energy refill offer the other day, and I was thinking that the November monthly quest would start this week, so I bought a bunch of those. And then when I saw that it didn't start this week, I'm like, oh crap! I've got a bazillion energy refreshes. So next Wednesday, actually, I think these expire like not this Saturday, but the Saturday following. I am going to be burning through all of these, so I'll probably get through the epic or the uncollected version of the monthly event quest for November pretty quickly, just because I need to burn off all of those energy refills that I spent a lot of units on, because I got like 10 of them or something like that, and they're like what were they, 300 units a piece or something like that, and I know I got at least 6 of them, but few to go through. And it looks like I have some arena boosts. I don't usually do the 3-star arenas until last, because I have enough max level 3-star, max rank 3-star champs where I can pretty much, if I run through my roster of 3-star champs, I pretty much hit the top milestone, or the top what is it called? The top milestone, yeah, as opposed to rank reward. And then with an old champ, if you hit the top milestone on the 3-star, usually the cutoff to pick up this 3-star champ, if it's an old champ, is right around 640 to 665,000 points. And as you see, the max rank is 640. So I usually just grind out an extra 60,000, bring it up to about an even 700,000, and just get the champ, which I already have. It duplicates, and therefore I get. Actually, I should really do it this time, and I'll show you in a moment, and then just get the ISO for it. But when I first started the game, man, I really liked Guillotine. Was one of the first champs I got as a 3-star, and just loved her playstyle, mainly because her hitbox is large. She has a long reach, so it kind of keeps things out at bay. Doc Ock, also one of my early favorites, also has that. I find that for the champs that have long reaches on their medium attacks, Guillotine, Venom, Doc Ock, I find evade champs like Nightcrawler much easier to fight with, because there's a little bit more reaction time, and I do better. That split second of additional reaction time allows me to react to their evades, and it usually is the difference between getting hit and not getting hit, as opposed to like a Scarlet Witch or Magic, who has a very short medium hitbox. So, but yeah, so I was saying, Guillotine's one of my favorite, was an early favorite champ of mine, and because she was an early favorite champ of mine, Guillotine was also the first 3-star champ that I ranked up to 99. So if I get that, then I'll get the max signature stone with that. So yeah, I definitely should make a point to get Guillotine in the 3-star arena. Not going to go for in the 4-star arena. You know, 4 million to get the max milestone reward in the 4-star feature. Guillotine will probably go for somewhere between 4.6 and 5.3 or 5.4. I usually do in the first round. 5.5 to 6 million to be safe, but that's an extra 1.5 to 2 million extra grindage points. And as I mentioned, I'm getting kind of burned out of arenas. I'd rather take that million points and apply it towards the 5-star featured arena and get the first 2 milestones there, get some few additional units, and a fully formed premium hero crystal and some shards, I think, for the first rank as well. But I don't know, I guess that depends. I'm quite positive that my Guillotine is not max sig level here, so I think it's 60-40. Yeah, so if I got Guillotine both rounds, yeah, bring her up to 80, which wouldn't be bad. But really, I kind of, as I mentioned, I'm kind of burned out of arenas. I'm in the process of trying to hoard as many units as I can in preparation for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, and Kabam has done a really good job of draining me of units, but not money. I still got a lot. Still got a good limit on my credit card, so I expect to have to whale out again. So when I got the 5-star OG Vision, I had what, 8,000? I think I had 8,000 units. So I had to purchase the last 2,000. So I just got an Odin. So yeah, I had to shell out $100 of my own cash to get the second deal of the 5-star Vision and Awaken them. But yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, I do have a job and I work for real, and fortunately that job here pays very well. so yeah, I don't mind throwing some cash at the games. Currently, my what do we call it? Instead of getting additional gadgets and stuff, I just throw money at the game. Although the iPad, the new iPad Pros are coming out next week and the week following, and I plan on getting the latest and greatest iPad Pro as well. you know, I got an iPad Pro earlier this year. It's the previous generation. But you might have heard me complain about the iPad touchscreen bug. I still experience that. It's very frustrating when it occurs, particularly when it occurs during Alliance War and Alliance Quest. I get it's also irritating if I'm in Act 5 or tough content and then I have to burn revives unnecessarily. But with Alliance War and Alliance Quest, obviously the potions for Alliance War, the Alliance Quest, are significantly more expensive, so it's really frustrating when it happens there. So I'm hoping that the new iPad Pro will have that resolved, but yeah, at any rate, going to be the same dimensions roughly in terms of size of the front face, but since there is no home button, the display itself is actually larger in the same size case. So looking forward to that as well. So I also got an iPhone X in the past several months, and I'm really impressed with the screen resolution and the appearance of the display on that. I'm just blown away. It's really nice. So I'm expecting the iPad Pro, the new one, which I keep calling the iPad X, I expect that to have a magnificent display as well. So I mean, the old iPad Pro has a very good display. If it wasn't for the iPad touchscreen bug that I experience very rarely, I would, well, actually, it is my preferred device to play on. If I'm at work and I'm just sneaking something in while I'm at the microwave or whatever, yeah, I don't usually have my iPad with me. I'm usually playing on my phone. iPhone X is a great device for playing it, but man, I love the display, the larger display, and the graphics on the iPad Pro. So I have no idea what the heck so I was talking about arenas and looking at guillotine, but yeah, I'm out of quest energy here. What can we look at here? I guess progress on Act 5. I'd hoped to complete Act 5 this month, and at that time I had forgotten I hadn't fully completed Chapter 2. I thought I just had Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, and as you see, I've been going through Chapter 4 and knocking it down pretty well. As I mentioned earlier, the last path I have in the Mephisto, the part 5 of Chapter 4, is a stun immune, or rather I think is a debuff immune evade path. So I'm going to get wrecked to no end on that. I'm going to have to burn lots of potions. And then actually the Ultron isn't that bad. And the only pass I did with it, I used my 4-star max rank, max signature level Medusa, and the first round with it, I kept stunning him when he had his power buff. So basically, in this version of the Ultron, he has a passive buff, and if you apply a debuff to him, that buff takes effect, and it can be either, I think, Fury, Armor, or Power Gain. And the Power Gain is absolutely insane. So if you parry him on the Power Gain, he's essentially got 3 bars of power. And I did that twice to him, and he got to his L3 and wrecked my Medusa. And then I was like, oh, don't do that. And then the next time I landed the Armor Shatter on him, got him in a corner, and it was over. Just backdraft, intercepted him the whole fight, and yeah, he was done for. Then I did see a video where someone beat him with a 3-star Loki. Apparently Loki is the best champ to defeat this Ultron on. And, so I'll have to look into Loki. I do have a 4-star Loki. He's not ranked to anything, but yeah, it looked pretty cool. But I'll probably just tough it out with my Medusa. I can't imagine myself dragging a 3-star Loki or a 4-star Loki to that fight, because I would probably mess it up and repeatedly get wrecked before I finally was able to build up 3 bars of power and trigger the curse effect on him and wreck him. But oh yeah, I said I was gonna pop into the inventory, take a catalyst inventory here. So yeah, these Clintar catalysts, still got 24 of them. So when they rank down our summon symbiote, I can get them to rank 4, assuming they would let us rank them up again, but I think that's kind of the point. They're going to rank them down to nothing or to 1, and then you won't be able to power them up. In the email, they specifically said they didn't say you couldn't rank him up again. They said you couldn't buff him or use enhancements with him. So to me, that means like cut deep and total carnage. That doesn't mean rank up materials, but I'm guessing that it also includes rank up materials. Tier 4 basic cats, I've been kind of starved on those recently, just because I've been burning through so many of them. Normally, before when I had a drought of 5-star champs that I was willing to bring to rank 4, I had a full inventory of them and like 20 of them in my stash. No longer have that problem. Cosmic cats, as you see, I'm about to go overflow into stash. So when that happens, I'll have a choice. Do I want to rank 3? I have an awakened rank 2 5-star Hela that I could rank up. Is one option. I also pulled a 5-star Angela. I really like Angela, unawakened 5-star. So that's another good candidate to burn some tier 4 cosmic catalysts on. The last option I have is a 4-star awakened Corvus Glaive. I guess I also have a 4-star awakened Hyperion as well. I could use it on to rank 5 either of those. But at this point in the game, I mean, I would rather rank 3 a 5-star than a 4-star, just because eventually I guess eventually I might get to the point where the tier 2 alpha catalysts start becoming like my tier 4 class catalysts, and I might have to start burning those off on whatever. So I'd like to prepare champs for that, but that won't be for a while. But I never imagined I would get to this point where I'm overflowing on tier 4 catalysts like I am. So time flies. Tier 4 mutant, of course, I just rank 4 my Domino, so that's where all those went. Tier 4 science, of course, rank 5 my Cappy. Almost at 6 mystics, and then 5. I was at 12 tech tier 4 class catalysts, and I rank. Well, I used them ranking up my vision. So you see, I had some of those in stash, obviously. So yeah, I'm kind of hoard the class catalysts until they start going to stash, and then I carefully decide, okay, who do I want to bring up to rank 5 in the 4-star or rank 3 as a 5-star, you know. And it's always nice because either way you go, it's a pretty powerful champ still very useful in the game. For Alliance Quest, since we generally since we don't do map 5, we do map 4 at the maximum, you know, and I'm still find that max rank or rank 5 4-stars are highly effective in those, unless you get Mordo as a mini boss. Mordo's irritating as hell. I'm gonna really miss the summon symbiote because I've been wrecking me some Mordo with him. So okay, yeah, and then the other one is Cyclops, but I'm pretty good at dodging his laser beam on the special one. Challenge with that is you have to do it late, actually, if you want the timing visually. When he does that special attack, he puts his hand up to his visor, and the second his hand touches the visor, that's when you dash back. I don't do it by that. I have the timing down from when the screen starts turning darker, so I don't look at that. I use a timing based off of the initial visual cue, and I have the timing in my head. It doesn't always work. Once in a while I get clipped at the end, but I'd say 9 times out of 10, or probably closer to 95% of the time, 19 out of 20, I avoid it. And the one time I don't, I guess we'll say 9 out of 10, because then there's the other time when I just totally faceplant into it. So like I did with Iceman earlier today on the Alliance War mini boss, I got clipped by the end of it with my Dr. Voodoo, and I was like, oh crap, and then the next thing I knew is I just totally faceplanted into his next special one, and he killed off Dr. Voodoo. Rest in peace. Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst, of course you need 4 of these to rank 4 a 5-star. I've got 2 of them, almost 3 of them. I'll have that shortly, because yesterday they had a really great deal. The monthly cards are for the basics, since I said I'm kind of starved on the Tier 4 basics, I got the Tier 4 basic card, and I got the class Catalyst card, which you get Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments. So they give you half of one up front, and then I think 30, well, basically after the whole month is done, between the signing bonus and all the daily ones, you get 2 full Tier 2 Alpha Catalysts. So all for the low price of $70. So had to jump on that. Okay, so just kind of slamming around here. I guess pretty soon the scheduled live stream will begin, so I'll have to jump to that one before too long. So I'll probably wrap this up within the next half hour, just so I can do that, because as I mentioned, I have to feed my dogs as well. So yeah, we'll just cruise around and do some arenas. So have the streak going in the featured 4-star arena. So we'll start here. Oh, that's tempting. Okay, do I want to use Dr. Voodoo on the Medusa or the Corvus? Yeah, we'll just go with this. We'll take advantage of those class bonuses. I don't mind Medusa. Medusa's actually pretty simple, especially in arenas. Oh, come on, you're not... Okay, I'm going to do heavy attack counters just because I need to practice. Come on. Come on. There we go. Take that. That's how it's done. Same thing with Iron Man Infinity War, only you have to watch out for his special one because it's fast and unblockable. So Iron Man Infinity War, every time I fight him in Alliance War, he does clip me at least once, usually no more than twice, and that's his friendly way of reminding me, hey, remember, my special one is unblockable. And Corvus is a cream puff. Especially since I finally ingrained within my brain the timing for a special 2, so now I'm not afraid to push him up to 2 bars of power because I know I can easily avoid his unblockable special 2. I used to always get clipped by the second attack in that, so not anymore. So now that you see all my mad secrets of how I fight arenas, and I put them away so quick. Pretty basic. I fight them basic as possible. Mostly just parry, stun, and combo. Depending on who the champ is and what the matchup is, I might get him in the corner and do some backdraft intercepts, especially with a vision. But yeah, normally once you get in the streak, the fights go so quickly anyways. So okay, we'll do some Blade Danger Sense stuff. Got a Mordo, not a Mordo, Modok. That'll lend itself well to this. Yeah, I don't like Mordo's just irritating because you can't parry him, or you can parry him, you can't attack counter out of a parry, so you just have to bait out his heavy attacks a lot, so you take a lot of block damage. I don't like the way you have to fight Mordo. It's very counter to the way I normally fight things. Normally I try not to get caught in block strings and take damage because, of course, Alliance War, Alliance Quest, we're concerned with we're concerned with not losing so much health so we can keep going without using potions. That's what I was looking for. But Domino, be awesome if Domino could bypass his astral evade like Drax used to be able to with his double strike, but nope. Oh, he chumped me. Usually he does not special attack when he's on that power gain, when he has a power gain buff. Every once in a while he does that, and I'm surprised whenever he does, because it's pretty rare that he does that. Oh well. we laid waste to him anyways. But MODOK, probably the most common requests I get actually is, how the heck do you fight MODOK? And this is a bad example. I have recorded Alliance War footage with MODOK. I know I have at least one video prominently displayed. Really, it comes down to MODOK's a two-part fight. Is basically there's a tag and then there's a damage. So if you can stun him, you can attack him and land hits while he's stunned. So what you do is you stun him. You do a 4-hit combo ending with a light because you don't want to do that final combo so he has a chance to counterattack. And then you back off, or you parry him again, and then you can lay into him with a 5-hit combo. So yeah, and then the other thing is his special one, the timing to dodge that outright is really, really tight. So what was I going? So basically, you always get clipped by the end of it, or a lot of times you get clipped by the end of it. At least I do. So you really need to what's the word I'm looking at? So I'm trying to do two things at once and I'm distracting myself. So basically you just block it unless it's unblockable, and then you treat them like Yellow Jacket. That's where I was going. So if you want to avoid it or evade it, you treat them as if you're fighting a Yellow Jacket, and you never do a 5-hit combo unless you're following it with a special attack. You always do a what's it called? A 4-hit combo dash back, and then wait for him to unleash that special one on you, because he really loves that special one. He unleashes it as much as Yellow Jacket. So hey, Emma Frost versus Iceman, always a good matchup, because Emma Frost in Diamond form is immune to pretty much everything, so that includes Cold Snap. Sorry, Icy. Yeah, I like Iceman, but I don't have him as 5-star. If I did, I'd probably rank him up, and then I'd have to watch Batman Returns or whatever, and yeah, there we go, getting clipped by that. Okay, let's do this. There we go. We got rid of all that crap. Then I'd have to watch Batman Returns, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, and learn some of his cheesy lines that he says on there. Everybody freeze! Man, it's been like forever since I watched that. I'm old. Ah, come on. Remember I mentioned that I hate defensive AI? And remember not to special one Mephisto with Gwenpool, because he heals, or he gains energy from Incinerate. Also had that problem with Vulture. Vulture eats Incinerate as well. And the problem where I usually see that is in Alliance War, because on a Velk, on my attack team, I always bring Domino and Massacre, and Massacre, once his bat's lit, he incinerates, so I've got to be very careful when fighting Mephisto not to beat into his block too much, otherwise he'll get some insane power regen from all the incinerates and wreck you pretty bad pretty quickly. So what time we got? 8. We got 6:10. Still got a little while. Got some time to go through my 5-star roster here. Oh yeah, and then I like to use the synergies. I like Vision, Hawkeye, and Scarlet Witch, because these are all power gain synergies. So this is a fun combination to use in Alliance Quest. which I haven't been using on any of my accounts recently because I've been just using that Summon Symbiote because he's so awesome. He just does so much damage. He's a little wrecking ball. Oh, come on. Okay. Got the intercept. Through arenas, I've also learned that Blade is a really annoying defender when you're doing some of the higher, you know, fighting the 565, 5-star Blades. Sometimes I actually lose those matches. Man, I wish I had a 5-star Ghost Rider. And a 5-star Stark Spidey for that matter, but I guess less demand on that Stark Spidey since I got the 5-star OG Vision. But it would still be nice. I did finally get a 4-star Stark Spidey after an eternity. I got him at rank 4, and he's just kind of sitting there. When I was at 12 tier 4 class catalysts, I was like, okay, if I need to bring Starkey to Alliance War, then I'll rank him up. Otherwise, I'll save him to see what I get out of my next couple of 5-star crystals. And sure enough, the Vision offer came, so that took me away. Took all of my tier 4 class cats that were in stash. And Hela gets a nice synergy with Mephisto. You just start off with a full bar of power, which immediately grants you a Fury. Not as great as Hulk Rags, who you get 100 souls plus a Fury, but I'll take it. So this is my 5-star Hela I mentioned. So early on, she was my first dupe, and I had like 3 5-star crystals to open, or no, it was 4, and 3 of the 4 were Hela. I was so irritated with that because at that time I was like, I just want more 5-star champs and stop giving me Hela or awaken my Dr. Voodoo or my Mephisto or someone I would actually use. I did awaken the X-23 though within the past couple of months, and that's pretty cool. I mean, X-23, I would definitely get her to rank 4 eventually. Want to get my Domino to rank 5 first, so sorry X-23, you're gonna have to wait. You're taking a backseat to Domino. But yeah, she bleeds pretty well, or inflicts bleed pretty well, as you see here. You get those bleeds going, and it's just insane damage. And then, of course, the benefit of X-23 over Gwenpool is if they're bleed immune instead of bleeds, which obviously it can't do, you get what's it, precision buffs, I think. So you get critical hit buffs instead, which is not as great as the bleeds, but still better than nothing. And since critical damage can bypasses a percentage of armor, of course you can really see damage pop there, especially when fighting Luke Cage, because Luke Cage gets a natural physical resistance to any hit that's not a critical. So yeah, next 6-star, man, it'd be awesome. I got a Domino or Ghost, but if I can't have either of those, the Luke Cage would just rock. But really, the attack and the health on a 6-star champ, I mean, as much as I don't want a King Groot, even a King Groot is just, it's about equivalent to a 5-star rank 4. So I mean, obviously if you're comparing that to even a god tier 4-star rank 5, you know, some situational where the 4-star might be better, but yeah, just the power differential is so much greater that a lot of times you might opt for that 6-star. And 6-stars, bring my 6-star Jane Foster into Alliance Quest when I have all my other highly ranked champs tied up in Alliance War, and plus I want to run some more challenging content, either in the monthly quest or Act 5. Oops, caught myself by surprise there. I'm going to set the coffee down. So yeah, what was it? It was just last week. Kabam had the 5-star Awakening Stone offer, and I just, you know, my Avelk account, I say is free to play, but I just couldn't resist. I got it on Avelk. Actually, I got it on Adora too. So that's why I have a 5-star Science Awakening Stone on this account on both Avelk and Adora. I got a Science on Adora. That's pretty disappointing because I already have the 5-star Void on, not Void, OG Vision Awakened there. So really that's going to sit for a long time because I think I'm going to rank that one up. Because Vision, his signature ability level scales so poorly compared to the 4-star that really, it needs to be about 120, 140 signature level before he's really useful in the synthesis power game. And you know, right now it's just ranked 24 or something on Adora, so all my Sig Stones are going to be sucked up there. And I'm pretty much, unless maybe for some of the Black Friday deals, if they're just as awesome as like the 4th of July deals, I might pick some of those up on my alt accounts, but really I'm just trying to focus on my Casa Tool account. So I'm gonna whale out here and then let those other accounts just do free-to-play content and stuff. So it looks like we had someone else join here. So for whoever joined, basically all I'm doing is just doing whatever in the game and rambling on. Came home to an empty house today, so I was like, hey, why not fire up the live stream and just play around in the game before the regularly scheduled Act 5 playthrough that'll occur in about 40 minutes. So I'll wrap this particular stream up in the next 10 minutes, and I'm gonna take a half-hour break, feed the dogs, whatnot, feed myself, and then I'll be back at on the hour to do the Act 5 on my Adora account. But in the meantime, I'm just going through doing some arenas here, and I noticed that when I started this stream, I forgot to change the name of it. This is basically, you have an option to schedule a stream in the future or do a stream now. And the stream now inherited the name of the last stream now I did, which is the Crystal opening teaser. We did that like an hour ago, so already teased that opener. But if you have any questions or whatnot, you know, just throw it in the chat box and I'll be glad to answer any questions. If you want to see me walk through anything in Act 4 or even some of the earlier chapters of Act 5, you know, be glad to do that, both now as well as during the regularly scheduled live stream. Though the live stream that's starting at 40 minutes, really the focus of that is Act 5. So I might also, if folks have questions on the monthly quest, might go into that. Would have to use this account because Adora is almost out of the Clintar strands. Really, the monthly quest this month was great if you were a more advanced player. If you were able to complete master level difficulty using very few power-ups on, or what is, yeah, enhancements or buffs on your summon symbiote, you were able to just use your summon symbiote to do a single path through Epic, and from there you would have enough Clintar shards, I guess it is, to rank your summon symbiote up to rank 5. Then you could do a full clear of Symbiote difficulty, pick up your 5-star Domino, or if you're a Psy artist, your 5-star Massacre, or if you're King Tony, probably a Juggernaut or a 5-star Colossus. And then after you've done that full clear, you'd be pretty short on the strands to buy the boosts. So then what I did on my Adore account is, and this wasn't planned, I just wanted something that I could do at work and not pay attention to and auto fight. Went through beginner, intermediate, and hard. I guess is it hard? Normally called heroic. I think it's called hard this month. And then by doing all of those, I had enough strands to go back and 100% complete epic. So Adore, who has no rank 5 champion, 4-star champions, actually has 2,500 6-star crystal shards and all the other swag you get for fully completing epic, which also includes some tier 5 basic shards. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, when that other stream starts there, then I'll throw that out there. If anyone wants to see that, I'll show you how to clear through the path. Because I mean, I also did, because I needed stuff to I could auto fight while at work, because I can't pay attention at work because I'm working. So I cleared all the difficulties, and as you see, I still have nearly 1,200 strands on Kaz. I did the progression a little differently on the Kazatul account. What I did is I did a full clear of uncollected or epic. Did one path. I did the initial clear of epic, initial clear of master, full clear of epic, and then I was able to rank 5 my symbiote, and then that symbiote just lays absolute waste to master level difficulty. You can pretty much auto fight. So, but I didn't, because I was having so much fun wrecking it. No enhancements necessary to wreck master level difficulty. So yeah, that's why I have so many strands on this account here. So, but yeah, I can go through and demonstrate how easy it is to wreck even the toughest paths in epic difficulty level with just cut deep and total carnage on a rank 5 symbiote. It's just insane. It goes insanely fast. The caveat there is you do have to burn through a lot of energy refreshes, because you want to make maximum use of your strands, and so you want to play at minimum 20 minutes at a time, and you can go through a full 70 energy or 60 or however many you have in 20 minutes, probably 3 or 4 times over if you're using cut deep and total carnage. So Black Panther, I see a lot of folks getting wrecked on this. The trick to this is look for the blue icon on the top. So I don't even watch what's going on most of the time. I just watch underneath his power bar or his health bar, and if I see blue, I know do not parry. Oh, he parried that. So that's the secret to fighting Civil War Black Panther. I very rarely get stunned by Civil War Black Panther because I parried when he has an armor up. However, I do get clipped by the second swipe of his L1 a lot, so I try to just block that. Okay, winding on to the last 5 minutes before I take a half-hour break before the scheduled live stream. So if you're interested in the Act 5 progression, be sure to stop by for that stream. But yeah, aside from feeding the dogs, yeah, I probably should get something to drink too, because I'm talking a lot, so my throat gets dry. So this is my first 5-star I ever got, Phoenix. So Phoenix was my avatar for a long time. And didn't really understand how to fight with Phoenix for a long time. Oops, that's not how you do it. Actually, I learned I learned it from what was last month, the danger rooms. I figured out, oh, the L1 gains power, so you can do that special 3. Phoenix's special 3, especially when you have some rages or furies, does insane damage. But she is very, very squishy, which I don't like about her. Like Taskmaster, definitely needs to be awakened though, and definitely needs a high signature level. I always do that with Electro. I always mistime that special 1. But arenas are easy, so it's easy to recover. At least once you're on the streak. MODOK is like Archangel with training wheels. Same strategy, you just do the cherry picker parry, and then you heavy attack. But MODOK has that extra level of safety with that auto block there in case you mistime it, so thus the training wheels portion of it. Got a great heavy attack there with that Incinerate. Just remember not to pair him against Mephisto or Vulture. I guess Void is also immune to Incinerate. Emma Frost as well in Diamond form. Okay, down to the wire. Last couple of minutes here. So it looks like so I'm at just over 2 million. So I have all day tomorrow and plus Sunday morning to get another 1.8 million roughly. To get all the rank rewards for the 4-star featured. And then I also have to focus on the 4-star basic too. Who's in the 4-star basic? Yeah, it's Infinity War Captain America. So I may be a little biased, as you can tell by my profile picture or my avatar in game, but I highly recommend Infinity War Captain America if you have the capability to grind the 4+ million to get him. By all means, and he does not need to be awakened, so you can burn the candle at both ends just for one cycle, get him, and he's one of those champs that I consider game changing. First of all, he does a considerable amount of damage. He has some utility depending on who you've paired him with, and he's tough as nails. So once you get a kinetic charge, and you just get a kinetic charge each time you successfully parry, in addition to just you have a chance of getting him when you get struck or if you block, he's just really resilient to damage. So very much a favorite of mine in Alliance War. He is definitely not squishy. So the clock on the wrist says 6:30, so this will be my last round here, or last fight, I guess, and then I'll wrap it up for a half hour. But thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't put you to sleep. Just kind of droning on. And that's it. I'm going to go feed the dogs here, get something to drink, recover in preparation for the Act 5 scheduled live stream that will start in about 30 minutes. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in game and hopefully on the live stream 30 minutes from now.